Let's get into
Let's get into it. I'm looking for a man in finance. A trust
6'5".
fund. Same, girls, same. Bros and hoes. You're listening to Your Favorite Thing podcast with
Wells and Brandi. What's going on?
I have a weird shaped head.
Yeah. You know, before I called you, I was like, Brandi is going to start the show with, I have a weird shaped head. Can't believe I nailed that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why do you have a weird shaped head? Were
You know,
you born of cesarean section?
I don't know what that is, but
Mm.
I never
You're a
thought
woman.
I had a weird shaped head
Yeah.
until I started like wearing baseball hats a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just something about my head that like doesn't fill out the hat right.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that about me?
Well, I have the same problem.
You do?
Absolutely. You have a small head then.
Yeah, it's very small. I wear a child size helmet.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I have a very small head. It runs in my family.
Oh.
The Addams family is notorious for needle heads. Sorry. And so you really have to work hard in finding a good hat.
Yeah.
Because for me, what happens is this hat obviously is a good one, but like a normal like trucker hat, if I put it on, it goes like it like pushes my ears down. You know, like it's like
Oh.
way too deep. Then if I keep it above the ears, then it looks like I'm wearing like a top hat, like I'm Abe Lincoln over here. And then also like I'll be like it'll be you know
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
like the tiniest little thing on the
Oh, where'd
sizing
you get that
thing.
hat? Why does that one fit so good?
Yeah, I don't know. This one is a good one. You got to look around. I'll tell you what hat you want to look at. You want to look for
A
the
kid's
Nike.
hat.
No, I mean yeah, but like the Nike tennis hats. They are very very good for small
See how
headed
like
people.
this one, like it like sits on my ears, like it goes over my ears. That's how small my
Yeah,
head is, you know?
yeah, I
And it
know.
like dents in the top because my head's not big enough for the hat.
Mm-hmm.
So I love hats like so much, but I just
Yeah,
don't know that they look right on my head, you know?
yeah.
Really
Next time you
unfortunate.
come over, I've got a collection of little hats. Yeah,
Oh,
and Sarah's the same way. She's a little
well, she's
person
just
too,
so
so
tiny.
yeah, so we actually wear the same hats a lot. And I've honed in on what we like, and then she steals my bougie golf hats,
Okay.
and you can get in on this play too.
Great. Need to.
Yeah. Speaking of struggling, how you doing?
Way better.
Okay, good.
I
Oof.
mean, I do have sunglasses here because it was a vibe last
Mm,
episode, so like we could go there, but I mean, I just got off a horse, so I don't look great, but I feel way better.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It took me until yesterday.
I've been doing a new thing. I was telling the wife tears earlier. I've been feeling good because I've been working out a lot and I've been eating really healthy and staying away from the gluten. But I've also stopped drinking. And that's not that I've stopped drinking, but I saw this thing on TikTok and it was like, you just need to like rewire how you think about drinking. And it's like, once you start feeling like buzzed, like feeling good, stop.
Yeah. That's what
And
I do.
then, and then you go, but see that's a normal person's drinking habits.
Mm,
I just always have like, we're going to keep going. I feel good now. More alcohol will make me feel better. But that's not the case. So,
no.
so then once you get to the buzzed, then you're like, all right, let's ride this wave, you know?
Yeah.
And then once the wave ends, then you're like, okay, now I'll have another White Claw or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then you always kind of just feel pretty good. And then the next day, you don't feel like a complete piece of garbage.
Yeah. For me, I guess because I'm such a lightweight, but like even if I just have one or two, I still don't feel good the next day.
Oh, really?
Except if I stick to champagne. That's been really good to me.
That's shocking because that's usually what everyone gives everyone hangovers.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, there is so much happening in the news right now that I am just,
Lots happening. Also, it was just a big weekend last weekend,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Well,
Met Gala today, you know?
so do you think that Kim Kardashian is going to go to the Met Gala after what happened to her at the roast?
Oh, I didn't watch the roast. You have to tell me all about it.
Dude, the tea is piping hot.
Damn, I forgot about the roast.
Dude.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay.
Why didn't I watch that last night? Damn.
Okay. You got to watch it.
Yeah.
We'll start with the roast, even though I don't think it's the biggest news in town.
Okay. Well.
So if you haven't seen it, Netflix is doing Netflix as a joke where they're just releasing a bunch of comedy content right now. And one of the things that they released over the weekend was the roast of Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Which I heard was great.
It's so funny. So funny. And by the way, everyone was really funny. Like Tony from Kill Tony killed, and Burt Kreischer and Tom Segura killed, and the roast master general himself, he was great. But I tell you who absolutely murdered, and it was Nikki Glazer,
That's
who
what
I
I've been
love.
reading.
Yeah, and she's a dear friend. We see Nikki at like every event, and obviously she does Fuckboy Island with Alon, who I'm close with, and so I've loved her forever. And I feel like her comedy has never been truly appreciated, but like she absolutely destroyed in this roast. It was so good.
That's amazing. Who was was there like a host?
Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart doesn't say no to anything.
Right. Yeah.
Which is like a
He's
joke
like
that
Snoop
everyone
Dogg.
made.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a couple weird moments, but whatever. It's very, very funny. But the best and most cringy moment was, for some reason, Kim Kardashian and Tom are friends.
Okay.
Or like there was like a rumor that they dated or something. Who the fuck?
Okay.
And so she was chosen to give a toast to, like whatever, in the beginning. And she gets up there and the entire crowd starts booing her. So much so that she has to stop. And she's like, come on, guys. And so much so that Kevin Hart, of whom she's about to make a joke about, like she's like, Kevin Hart, you're so short. And everyone just starts booing. And Kevin Hart has to be like, hey, everyone, calm down, calm down, calm down. Don't boo. And you could see on her face, you could see her little blonde head with a pop off.
That's
And
insane. I'd be so embarrassed.
Oh, she went backstage and cried.
Yeah.
She did.
Was it just like a random live audience of people booing her?
I don't know. It was, at the Staples Center.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So probably like randoms, right? Anybody can buy a ticket kind of thing?
Yeah. I mean, I think they had their famous people in the audience in the front. And then, yeah, I think anyone could buy. But yeah, anyway, so Taylor Swift has just destroyed Kim Kardashian. And I can't say that I'm angry about it, but that's why I asked you if you think that she's got the nuts to now go to the Met Gala after something like that.
I think she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if she doesn't go, then it's
that says a lot.
Yeah, you've really gotten.
And the Met is just not something you skip.
Have you ever been?
No. Oh my gosh. I'll probably never get to go, but
yeah.
Super cool. Sarah's been, yeah?
I don't think so. She gets invited to like the after party and the after party and the after party. But
she's
maybe
such a
now
fashion girly, that shocks me.
I know. But maybe now that she's going to be living in New York, because the Met's in New York, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At the Metropolitan Museum of Modern Art.
That's the one.
That's the place.
So yeah, I'm excited to see the looks.
Me too.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so Taylor Swift seemed to have absolutely destroyed Kim Kardashian, which I think is hilarious, but nowhere near the damage that Kendrick Lamar has done to Drake.
This I also don't understand.
Okay. I don't really either because I don't really listen to a lot of hip hop. But I found a clip of a woman who's kind of just explaining it to everybody. And so for those of you that don't know, Kendrick Lamar and Drake are in a rap battle beef, and they're putting out diss tracks at one another.
Which I actually love this narrative.
My favorite thing about this is that these are two grown men who are writing poetry about each other.
Exactly. That's why I love it.
Which is so beautiful. And I found a TikTok of this woman who's kind of explaining it because I don't really understand. Because I don't really listen to. I know that Kendrick Lamar is very, very good. Mm-hmm. I understand that he's like one of the best lyricists that we have out there right now. I heard Eminem say that once, so I was like, okay, well, if he said it, that's probably true.
Yeah, Kendrick is very good.
And Drake is, he was like an actor. He was on Degrassi, right? Degrassi, whatever. And he played a guy in a wheelchair. He's more like a pop artist. But the other thing is, and this is a thing that has been following him around for a while, is that he befriends a lot of underage women. Like the Millie Bobby Brown thing, they became friends when she was like very young and whatever. Who knows if that's weird or not, but it's kind of weird. So that's the ammo that Kendrick has against Drake.
Okay.
But anyways, I'll play this clip of this woman kind of explaining it, which I think is good. Okay.
I'm so invested in this Drake Kendrick Lamar beef, and I have no clue why. It's just so entertaining. Like, we're really so back. The way this all started was so simple. Drake makes a song with J. Cole where Cole is like, oh, me, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar, we're the big three. Kendrick then goes on a Future song where he's like, fuck the big three, it's just big me.
Which is shocking because Drake and Future are homies.
With pushback, thinking, oh, we got to do something about this, Cole. We got to fight back. And J. Cole's like, yeah, we do. And releases his own little diss track called 7 Minute Drill. You fell off like The Simpsons. Your first shit was classic. Your last shit was tragic. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, etc. Drake is gassing him up like the Dr. Seuss stan he is, glad that his brother got his back. A few days later, J. Cole apologizes to Kendrick, saying, I was just in a silly, goofy mood. My bad. Kendrick is still one of the greatest.
I do like that J. Cole was smart enough to be like, I'm out.
Everyone was mocking J. Cole for backing out so quick. If there's one thing you can say about Drake, like, he put on his little suit and tie, his nice little work shoes, and he got his briefcase because he was standing on business. Comes out with 2 songs. The first one is Push Ups. Let's go band for band. Extortion. You got small feet. Ha ha ha. Second song is actually redacted because Drake thought it was a good idea to use an AI generated voice for Tupac and Snoop Dogg. And so Tupac's estate sent him a cease and desist. And there was that. And then Kendrick responds to Drake in Euphoria. Pathetic master manipulator, cutthroat business, got shit twisted. What is it, the brains? We ain't gotta get personal. This a friendly fade. But then goes full Elmo talking to Zoe about Rocco. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. We hate the bitches you fuck because they confuse themselves with real women. Let your core audience stomach that and then tell them where you get your abs from. I even hate when you say the word nigga. But that's just me, I guess. I can't just keep saying every single line, but you get the point. Like, it was miles above Push-Ups. Then Kendrick dropped another one, 616 in LA. Again, a banger. Anyway, Drake finally puts out his response called Family Matters. Starts off by saying the N-word, which honestly was literally the only thing he could have done. So, I mean, let's go. You mentioned my seed, now go deal with his dad. The fact that he says my seed instead of my son, like, maybe I'm looking too deep into that, but it wasn't for the rhymes, because the previous line, I don't know. He said, Cole losing sleep on this. It ain't me. Which, honestly, I believe. I believe Jermaine released his little Shel Silverstein poem and then immediately realized he did not want the smoke. Backtracked. He apologized, and people were giving him shit for not standing on business. But I think we all realize now, like, that was the smartest decision you could have ever made, J. Cole. At this point, Drake might be feeling the heat a little bit, but he's not on fire completely yet. Mr. Aubrey alleges that Kendrick is beating on his girl, talks about his kids a little bit more, says this shit gotta be over now for anyone out here that's calling it, right? Wrong. Meet the Grams is brutal. That's literally the only way I can describe it. Brutal.
That was a lot.
This can't be real.
And that was a part 1. From what I understand, what I'm gathering here is that Kendrick Lamar is on a different level of shit talking than Drake is, and I feel like he's just getting roasted. Drake is. But one of my favorite things that Kendrick Lamar has done, so he's doing this whole thing about, like, basically saying that he's a pedophile, that Drake's a pedophile, and he's dating younger women. And then he has this one line, which is, it's so great. He's like, something about the chords. Like your favorite chords, A minor, which is so great because he's talking about younger people, which is a minor, and then he's talking about the musicality of it, which is A minor, and the whole song is in A minor. But the genius that I was told about from my buddy Dan, who's a piano player, is that A minor is the one chord that uses no black notes on the piano. And that was like, I was just like, this guy's playing fucking chess, and Drake's playing Jenga. He's not even playing checkers. He's playing a different game.
I'm still confused about why Future would participate in a diss track about Drake because they're besties.
I don't know.
They've done so much music together. They put out a whole album together. It was one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
Anyways, I just want to go on the record and say to Kendrick Lamar, I'm sorry if I ever did anything to you.
Oh.
I didn't mean it. I know we've never met, so I don't think that could be a possibility, but I just want you to know that I am eternally sorry for anything that I could have done, or maybe like in a dream that I did something wrong to you.
Mhm.
I apologize. I don't want that smoke. Stay away. You're great.
Okay.
Good.
Wow.
I do love a good beef.
Yeah, same. Very entertaining, although that was a lot.
Was a lot. And it's not that
Mm,
was a part 1. We're
I
not even
know,
to
I
part 2.
know.
Yeah.
I think I need to investigate more.
You should be the pop music investigator on this show, not me.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll do the indie stuff. You need to
Well,
do pop and country.
let me tell you, if we wanna stay on the TikTok train here, about the new song of the summer. Have you heard it?
What is it?
I don't know that it has a name. Let's call it Finance. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, yeah, I started the show off. So I roasted that girl.
Why?
That's the girl that was "Let's get into
Oh,
it."
well,
Yeah.
she's fucking genius because my entire TikTok feed is that song, is a different remix of that song.
6'5", finance. It's
Looking
so
for a
funny.
man in finance.
6'5",
Trust fund.
trust fund,
It's
finance.
genius. It's
Yeah.
so catchy. It is all over my TikTok feed. Loud Luxury literally played it last night in their DJ set. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
be, it's a banger.
You know how that thing they do on TikTok where like someone's like, "Hey, I got a chord progression. Like, do your thing, TikTok," and then like a bassist comes in, a drummer comes in, and all of a sudden you have this whole song.
Oh yeah.
That's what she's done. She was
Oh
like, "I have
totally.
this idea."
It's
Yeah,
genius. I'm her
uh,
biggest fan.
I know, and I feel bad because she was the girl that I made fun of, and she actually like reached out. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm a huge fan of Bachelor in Paradise." You know, it was a joke, and
You're
I
horrible.
wrote back, I'm like, "I love it, if I'm being honest with you." Anyways, to that girl, I'm sorry that
That is so funny.
but you did start with, "Let's get into
Let's get into it. I'm looking for a man in finance. The trust
6'5".
fund.
But
Same, girls, same.
yeah, the reason why all you guys like it is because you want that too.
You know, I'm not a big blue eye girly, but the
Oh,
rest of it, yes.
yeah. What is your type?
I don't know.
Okay, well, you said you're not a blue-eye girly, so you like
No,
brown
I don't.
eyes?
Yeah, I like brown eyes,
Hmm,
facial hair,
yeah,
tall. I like like big guys, and just in general, like bigger
mm,
guys.
burly,
Like throw me around a little bit, you know,
yeah.
go chop a tree down outside, kind of vibes.
So, like, 6'5",
Yeah, like
bearded,
6'5". Trust
bearded,
fund.
outdoorsy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm I'm looking for a bearded man in finance.
Has a ranch.
6'5", Montana.
Loves dogs.
Can throw me around.
Uh,
Okay. Did you watch the Kentucky Derbs?
sort of.
Do you hate that? Do you like it? I mean, you race
I do not race
horses.
horses. No, it's not what I do at all.
Yeah, you do. It's
No.
timed.
Yeah, but no, you're not racing other horses like in a pack like that. I don't
You're
know.
still
There's
racing.
there's a lot. I'm not racing. No, no, not.
I thought it's about how fast you do it.
The second round, if you make it, is about how fast you do it. The first round is not.
That's a
So
race.
no, it's not. Here's
Yes,
my.
it is.
I really like almost like don't want to speak on it because I literally said
Okay.
yesterday I like need to do some research on it
Got it. Got it.
because the thing I don't love about it is it appears that the horses get hurt a lot, and when you're watching a race, it appears that every jockey's got a big whip, a
Yeah.
stick, a whip, and it appears like they're hitting them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I watched like the slow-mo zoomed in clip of like the 3 horses that were right at the photo finish, you know?
Great ending, by the way.
Great ending, loved
Yeah.
it. And when you watch it in slow-mo, the jockey, there's one jockey on the middle horse that does hit his horse with the stick. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can see it make contact. And then the rest of the time he's just waving it in front of his eye. So it looks like he was only hit once. Here's my thing about horse racing is like I know they do a really good job of making it so that you can't drug the horses. Like they do a lot of drug testing and is a lot of protocol about that, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't love the use of whips. But like in my sport and what I do, there's a rule. If you can carry a whip and you can hit a horse twice, but if you hit it more than twice consecutively, or if you hit it for a reason the judge deems like inappropriate, not only will they eliminate you from the class, they'll suspend you from the sport, which I
Mm,
think is great. Like, it's very strict. So I would just be curious to know, like, do they have the same rules? Because it
yeah.
looks like they use whips a lot, and I just don't like that. But I could be wrong. After seeing that slow-mo video, I was like, you know what? Maybe they do have those rules, and maybe they can only hit it once, and the rest they're just kind of swinging it around, and that's fine. But yeah, I just am not that knowledgeable about it, you know?
Yeah, I can't say that like I think it's a great sport. I'm not like it doesn't I went to the Kentucky Derby once and I thought it was such a letdown.
Mm,
Like first of all, mint julep, just sugar rum water. No, thank you.
yeah.
And then it's like, it's 3 minutes of like excitement and then
Mm,
it's over and you're like, what the fuck was that?
yeah.
And also like where you sit, you're like, you only get to see like a little small. It was much
Yeah.
better watching it on
Well,
TV.
it's kind of like F1. You don't get to see much of the race.
Yeah. And like, in the past when a horse does go down and they have to euthanize it on the track, no thank you. Don't need
That's what
that.
I'm saying. Like, too many horses are getting hurt and having to be put down. And
But here's my question. We were asking this and I clocked it to ask you. Do you think those horses Okay, so I used to duck hunt a lot as a kid and stuff. And so we had a duck dog, and a dog that like went out and got the ducks for us and whatever. And that dog
loved it.
loved his
Oh, yeah.
job.
Yep.
He was like, or like you have a herding dog. Like
Yep.
those dogs love to do that. Do
Hmm.
race horses love to race? Like they're like, fuck
I
yes, let's go, let's go.
I think yes. I think there's always an exception, right? Like not every
Hmm.
horse is gonna love it, but they are bred for that. I do think they're bred to run. I think a lot of them do love it. The only problem I have with it is they start them so young. Those horses that are running are like what, 2 years old?
Hmm.
The horse's bones are not done growing by 2.
Yeah.
Like, we don't sit on our horses until they're 4 because we want
Mm.
them to be, like, fully formed before we start putting weight on them and put stress on their ligaments and tendons and stuff. And so, like, that's the problem with racing is they start them so young and they race them so young that by the time the horse is 5 or 6, which really should be its prime, though it's kinda done because
So
it's
then
got
why do they race him so young?
I don't know. I'm
There's
not
gotta be a
sure.
reason for it, because there
Yeah.
is, like, you have to race in this window if
Yep.
you wanna do, like, the Triple Crown and stuff.
Well, yeah, because there's age limits on it, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, it's just like I said, I'm not as knowledgeable as I should be to talk about it. But that's just things that don't really sit great with me as running a 2-year-old like that and stuff. And it just seems like a lot of wear and tear on an animal that's not really like fully formed, and it just seems crazy. But like I said, I should
Yeah.
do some research.
But if you win the Kentucky Derby, then you get to go and just be a stud, just have
Yeah, well, yeah. Then you
sex.
get treated like a king.
So maybe it's worth it, I don't know. It's
Mm,
kinda like being in the NFL, you know? You could get CTE and,
you
like,
could,
lose your mind, but you can
yeah.
also get millions of dollars.
I will say it does seem like the horses are really, like, taken care of really well, like, it's like our horses, like, they treat them like
Yeah.
athletes, I'm sure they get
Well,
all
it's a
the
big
things.
investment, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
exactly, so I do think they're treated well, but it's the racing itself I'm not quite sure I'm on board with, but, like, somebody in horse racing could probably look at show jumping and say the same thing, like, "Oh god, those horses shouldn't be jumping jumps like that and hitting rails and blah, blah, blah." I'm like, there's an argument for everything, you know?
Yeah. Well, it was an exciting finish. It was a photo finish, and it was like number
Yeah.
3 by a nose.
I know, loved it, very cool.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I watched it.
yeah, that happened. F1, did you pay any attention to
No,
F1?
tell me all about it.
Lando Norris won his very first race, and he's been doing this for a while. I think they said he's raced 110 races. He drives for McLaren. He's like one of the younger guys, and I just like was like tearing up for him. It was just so freaking cute. He was so happy to win a race, and I'm just so glad Max didn't win a race.
Lando Norris
Yellow
sounds like
Lando,
Yo Lando.
you little Lando.
Lando Norris. That sounds like a name in like a Star Wars movie. Well, I guess that's Lando Calrissian, but still, Lando Norris is pretty close. I guess good for them.
Yeah, super cool. I mean, that's pretty great.
I've been seeing that Gatorade is now making water.
Oh,
Have you
they need
seen
to
that?
not. No, but they need to not do that.
But also, Gatorade, your whole thing was that water wasn't good enough. That we needed electrolytes and we needed fucking red
Sugar.
food coloring dye number 7. Are you telling me now, Gatorade, after all these years, that water was just fine? That we didn't need your bullshit sugar water?
Why is everyone trying to do water?
I, And you know what? It's the one thing that's fucking free
I
everywhere.
know, I don't get it, like, can we not? Can we just relax?
All you got to do is get a good water filtration system at your sink.
True.
That's all I do. And then I drink out of this Yeti all day long.
Yeah,
But we do drink way much more water than we did back in like the 90s.
I know. Do you think it's really helping us or nah?
I don't think so at all, actually.
I don't
I think we're
either.
just probably just pissing it out.
I don't thi and, like, a lot of times, like, I'll go and get, like, sometimes I'll go get, like, a lymphatic drainage
Yeah,
massage or,
yeah,
like, a
yeah. Do you
facial.
believe in that stuff?
Yeah, I do actually, I really do on the
Yeah.
lymphatic stuff, but anyway, I got a facial last week, and she was like, "You need to drink more water, you're just so
Oh, I know.
dehydrated," and I had literally just drank a gallon and a half of water. So
Yeah.
I just think it's all bullshit.
I know I've had moments when, like, people put makeup on me, for, like, whatever
Mhm.
things, and they're like, "Wow, the lotion's really absorbing quick. You are very dehydrated." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? My skin is absorbing it, so that's how you know I'm dehydrated?"
I
But
know, but I'm
anyways,
like, I don't know, like, I drink a lot of water for, like, an average person, I think, and
yeah,
more times than not, someone's telling me I'm dehydrated. I'm like, I'll tell you, I'm drinking my friggin' body weight in water here.
yeah. I have a bone to pick real quick before we
Mhm.
get into some favorite things.
Okay.
And my bone to pick really, I think I wanna just focus in on streaming services in general,
Okay.
okay? I remember I'm so old that I remember when we just had cable, okay? And it got expensive and we got annoyed by it. And then all of a
Mm.
sudden, Netflix came around and said, you know what? We're going to do this streaming thing. Great. And then this whole movement came about that we were going to quote unquote cut the cable. Do you remember that?
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
was cutting the cable and
Yep.
we were getting rid of that. And then we were just going to have a couple streaming services. And that's how we were going to do it. Okay. But then it was like, well, we can't really do that because you still want to watch live TV. You still want to watch sports. So you kind of need some cable. But I'm still going to get my Netflix. And then all of a sudden Hulu comes along. And then all of a sudden Disney Plus comes along. And then all of a sudden Peacock and fucking Prime and Showtime and HBO. Everyone's got a streaming service. And all of a sudden I have so much more shit than I ever needed. And I'm paying so much more than I ever was when I just had cable. Oh, and the other thing, because there is no commercial advertising revenue coming in, the people that are making these streaming services don't have enough money because they're only getting money from the consumer for the paid subscription. So we're getting less shit for more money, and we still haven't gotten able to cut the cable. And here's my gripe with the whole thing. And this is one big thing that I saw happen recently. And hey, I'm employed by this fucking company. But I saw that Disney Plus and Hulu are merging together and they are going to now start doing a novel idea, which is live fucking television. We've come all the way back around to live television that they are going to have. And here's my thing, and I think we need some sort of cool slogan like we had before of the cut the cable, which is reattach the cable, okay? This is what I want. I want us to all go back to we've got fucking Comcast or DirecTV or
Spectrum?
Spectrum. I just want those. We get those are the choices. And you know what? We all have DVRs, so we can fucking skip commercials if we want to. And I want to go back to watching TV with commercials. I want to stop paying so much for everything. And on the other side of it, as someone who likes to go make TV shows, no one can fucking make a TV show because there is no budget because no one's selling advertising anymore on these things because they're fucking streaming services. So not only are you getting less shit, but you're paying more. We're all getting fucked. Hollywood's in shambles. I'm over here fucking trying to make ads on TikTok. And I'm angry.
I've never heard you actually yell like this on the podcast.
But don't you agree?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's
I mean, I don't love the what did you call it? The stupid box where the DVR. I don't like
okay.
love that, but it
Well, you don't
is,
even
yeah.
need it anymore.
That's,
Like
yeah, I guess
there,
not.
there's a DirecTV app.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could just have the app. But
Yeah.
like we all, and so what happened was Netflix fucked this all up. Okay, So what Netflix said was like, okay, we are a distribution network, right? We are going to buy other people's stuff that really no one's using right now, and we're going to put it on the platform, right?
Mhm.
And then other Disney, Hulu, Prime, everyone said, wait, hold on a second. We spent a lot of money on that. We're going to go start our own streaming service. So then Netflix had nothing to buy for us to be able to watch. So then they became a production company. So then they started having to make shit. Now they were able to use the money that we were paying them to be able to fund these projects. But that's not a whole lot of money to have an entire platform, right? Like if you're making, $1 million box office films, Rebel Moon and stuff, and then also trying to make TV shows, there's not enough money to make a bunch of stuff because you don't have ads baked in, right? And so once that happened and everyone was like, we're not gonna fucking sell you shit anymore, Netflix. Then Netflix was like, well, we got to go make some shit. And the shit that they were making, one, it's not a whole lot, and it's not as good as the traditional production houses that was, the 20th Century Fox and the Warner Brothers and all who've been doing this forever. My thing is this is we it was always on the advertisers to be able to fund the great content. And it doesn't exist anymore because they're asking the consumer to fund it. And I don't like I think that we're just not getting as good shit anymore because there's not enough money. And this isn't just me. Like every time you talk to anyone in the industry, they're like everyone's budget's been cut. It's because there's no one's selling ads, you know?
Right.
I figured it out. Everyone, we just need to go back. Just go back to it.
I'm down.
Remember how nice it was? This is the other thing. We were talking about this. How many sitcoms are on TV right now? How many really funny TV shows are on right now?
I don't know. I don't like
It's like the
funny
George
TV.
Lopez show. I know you don't, but
Yeah.
like
No, I know.
obviously
I
the
don't. I
George
mean,
Lopez show.
is
There's
that
like
still on
one.
cable?
Yeah, that's on NBC
Okay.
and Peacock.
Hmm.
There's like the one where it's called Ghosts, where it's like a someone who can like see the ghost that in the house they live in.
Okay. Hmm.
But like the Friends, the Seinfelds, the Will and Graces, the
I
Wings,
know.
we used to have all this funny shit. No one makes funny shit anymore.
No, I think another reason nobody makes funny shit is because people. It's hard. It's becoming harder to be funny because everybody gets so fucking offended they can't do anything anymore.
Jerry Seinfeld made that statement recently about like he would never be able to make the show that he made back in the
Yeah.
90s. And I'm not sure if that's really true because Larry David just did that. He just made that show. I've come to the realization that I think we all need to go back to what we originally were doing, which was you paid for cable and you had the four networks that were free because they were all ad heavy. And then like, like, and it used to be that Universal owned whatever, and they made the majority of their money on their main channel, their main network thing. But then that also allowed them to be able to like go and do like Nat Geo or Discovery or like HGTV, like all this other stuff that like, the audiences weren't as large, but it was niche for some people, which was cool. And so then you would pay a little bit more to be able to get that in your cable package.
Right.
And now we effectively we are paying so much more for so much less.
Hmm.
And I think that
You're right.
that's I know. And a lot of people are hurting, like not even like actors or like reality TV people, but like crew, lighting, art department, fucking this whole entire town is built upon like everyone working and making shit and no one's making it. It's
Hmm.
just
I know.
okay, I'll stop. You have some faith things, bro.
Oh, you want me to go first?
I just went on like a 45-minute rant.
Okay, so I'm obsessed with Under the Bridge.
Mhm.
I'm
Told you.
very I know, you did. I'm upset
Are you caught
that
up? Are you caught up
yeah,
though?
I'm fucking caught up.
Most recent episode I did not like
Really? Why not?
because the girl accuses the nice dad
I know.
of being a pedo.
Is the dad nice? I feel like now that we're seeing his backstory that maybe he's not so nice. I don't know yet. I can't decide yet.
I don't know. He seems so sweet when all the girls come over.
He does, but he's also just, like, dumb as shit. Like, why are we going in on this girl that you don't know? Like, it was a little much,
I know.
you know?
Yeah, but
It was sad though. I mean, wrongly accused.
yeah,
I never liked that for sure. Yeah, I love the show. I love Riley Keough so much.
she's so good.
Um, and honestly, Lily Gladstone too. Like they're both just so good.
Mhm.
But yeah, like what a twist. I guess spoiler alert if you guys aren't caught up, maybe like fast forward 30 seconds. What a twist that now this other girl is like, yeah, I did it. I don't even know that girl's name. What's her name?
The girl with the shoe that took the shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like what?
I know. The show's good. It's
It's really,
really
really good.
I told you,
It
I was like
It reminds me a little bit, it's way better, but it
yeah.
reminds me a little bit of Cruel Summer.
I didn't watch that.
You didn't? Season 1 was really good.
It just reminds me of True Detective.
Yeah, it's like
It's
a
like
mix of those 2,
it's
I
like
feel.
gritty and fucked
Mhm.
up, and you don't really know where it's going, and it's just really good acting.
I love it, but, like, I'm upset I can't just watch it all, you know? Frustrating. Anyway, love that. Have you seen what's the new Anne Hathaway movie called?
Let me look.
Anyone But You? No, that's Sydney Sweeney.
The Idea of You?
The Idea of You. Do you know about this movie?
No.
You don't?
No, why would I know about an Anne
'Cause
Hathaway film?
everyone's talking about it.
Are they?
Literally everyone.
It's on
It's the talk of the town.
is it?
Yeah, especially my TikTok.
Okay.
Um, okay, so this was a book, like a fan fiction book
Mhm.
that women are obsessed with that they've turned into a movie. It is so fucking good. Now I need to go back and read the book because I never read it. But basically the premise is Anne Hathaway plays a 40-year-old mom, a hot mom, but a mom, and takes her daughter to go see basically the equivalent of One Direction, like a boy band
Mhm.
at Coachella, gets them backstage passes or whatever, and then like inadvertently meets one of the boys in the band and they fall in love and they have a
Oh.
relationship and it is steamy and it was
Oh.
such a good movie. I'm obsessed with the guy. What's his name? Nick Galitzine, I think is his name. The guy that plays the boy. His acting is incredible. Their on-screen chemistry in freaking incredible. This movie is so good.
Yeah, it was written and directed by Michael Showalter, who was in, like, Wet Hot American Summer and The State and stuff. Really funny guy. Is it shades of, like, Olivia Wilde and,
Yeah, that's what
Harry?
everyone's saying.
Yeah.
Literally everyone's like, "So they wrote a book about Olivia Wilde and Harry
Yeah.
Styles." Like, but it which is crazy because, like, yeah, you know?
What's her name? Solene?
Celine, yeah. How old is Olivia Wilde? Do you know?
I don't know.
She's not 40, is she? I was
I
thinking she was like my age.
I
Not that I'm
mean,
far from that, fuck, but
Solene, a 40-year-old single mom, begins an unexpected romance with a 24-year-old Hayes Campbell, the lead singer of August Moon, the hottest boy band on the planet. The Idea of You, streaming now on Prime Video. Let's look up Olivia. I mean, like,
you're
great.
like, "I'm not gonna watch it,"
I'm
but
not, but like, I do like what's happening there.
it's amazing.
Wow,
It's seriously so
she's
good.
my age. She's 40 now.
She is 40.
Yeah,
So she was a little younger when she dated Harry. Also, Harry, I think, is older. The boy in this movie, he
24.
plays a 24-year-old, which is 24 and 40. That's a big gap. I mean,
Yeah.
big gap. And what's crazy is in the movie, Anne has a daughter who's probably 15, I'd say. I
Hmm.
don't think I ever see her drive. So, like, let's say
Yeah.
15. And I think that was the only casting I didn't love, not because the girl wasn't a good actress, but because I thought she looked older than
Mm.
15. Like, I think they could have maybe made her look a little bit younger. Um, but it's just so crazy to think like you're with a guy that's closer to your daughter's age.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. At the same time, there I
divorcee.
was rooting for them, you know?
Yeah. Well, divorcee men do it all the time. So
True.
that one hit close to home, I think. I'm
True.
keeping it in. Too
Mhm.
good of a joke. um,
Yep.
okay. We watched the Dance Moms reunion. Dude.
Oh no. Why?
Holy flying fuck balls. I'm sorry, but it is so sad. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's so sad. Just to, like, it's so nice to see these girls grown up and like a lot of them have like been able to, grow into like these beautiful women, but it's this whole like kind of like retrospective looking back. And the whole time I'm sitting there with Sarah being like, this is so fucked up. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, this is nothing but sexualizing very, very little girls on TV, no less, you know? And not even that. The putting them in like little bikinis and like having them do splits and stuff, which is just like off the bat, like a lot of weird guys, I bet you are watching this for like that. But the other thing that like makes it worse is the degradation of the little girls in those costumes, which is like a whole nother level of fucked up, you know? Like treating these overly sexualized young girls like garbage. And that woman, what's her fucking name? Uh
I don't know. I've never seen it, to be
you
honest.
haven't? Abby Lee Miller is, I think, the devil incarnate. Like, she is such a horrible person. I always hated her, but when I watched the show, I was always just like, this is a bonkers thing that this is a real thing. Where it's like these moms are just yelling at this fat lady in a wheelchair for yelling at their kids, and like, it's just like so much. But now you watch it back and you're like, she was calling the cops on people constantly, and she was such a bitch to everyone, and then call the cops and play the victim card, and you're like, "You fucking piece of garbage over here, lady." Uh, anyways, you gotta watch it. JoJo Siwa is there, and she's definitely, like, kind of like she has drunk the Kool-Aid of Abby Lee Miller because obviously that woman made her who she is today, whereas the other girls
Right.
are like, they did this whole thing. Abby Lee Miller goes to jail for like paying for police fraud or something, and all the other girls are like, "Yeah, fuck you, good riddance, you piece of crap." And whereas like JoJo's like, "Well, I have a different relationship with her because, she was right when she was yelling at me because, like, I was being a bad girl and I shouldn't interrupt teachers or didn't shouldn't interrupt adults." And it's like, you were a 9-year-old. What are you like
Yeah.
on TV being yelled at? Like, no. Anyways, it's amazing though. Gotta go watch it. Gotta watch it.
Okay.
But it is very gross.
Yeah.
I I'm amazed that that show, like you said earlier, you're like, you could never make that show. Sometimes you shouldn't have made that show.
I know.
Like that show and what was it like? Pregnant Teenagers. It was on MTV.
Oh, yeah.
That should not be a show.
Teen Mom.
Teen Mom. What a terrible premise.
Um,
Aggrandizing and glorifying teenagers for getting pregnant.
very right.
I when I hear myself, I realize I'm the old guy now.
Yes, you are.
I'm erotic grandpa.
I hope for Sarah's sake you're not.
Speaking of, I told
Sarah?
I told the what no erotic grandpa.
Damn it.
I told the Y of Tears that before I called you
No.
that erotic grandpa was going to be making a return, and I've been thinking about this
I'm
for a while because
I'm muting.
a lot of people do miss erotic grandpa. Okay,
Maybe like 2 or 3.
and that might be 40% of our listenership. I don't know at this point.
True.
Um, but I told you about this movie or about this book by Rebecca
Mhm.
Yarros, Fourth Wing, and then Iron Flame is the newest one. Now we're all patiently awaiting the third installment of Fourth Wing. And I told you how I thought it was a YA novel, and then all of a sudden it became very, very sexualized. And I was like, this is not a YA novel. This is very, very sexual. And I thought it might be funny if Erotic Grandpa reads some excerpts from Fourth Wing. You're going to take out the.
Go right ahead.
All right. Well, this is for the YFT. I like that you can't hear this.
Can't hear you. I don't know what you're saying.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. I've missed you greatly. And now for an excerpt from Rebecca Yarros' famous kind of YA novel, Fourth Wing. This happens in chapter 30, page 376. He glides the fabric of my underwear across my clit, and my back arches at the burst of pleasure that radiates through my body. So sweet, I can taste it. He captures my mouth with his again, and in a hungry assault, his tongue sliding against mine as his fingers stroke me through the fabric, expertly using it for friction. I try to rock my hips against his hand for more, but my feet dangle off the desk, robbing me of leverage. I can only have what he decides to give. Touch me, I demand, my fingernails biting into the back of his strong neck, desire pounding through me like a drumbeat. His ragged voice against my mouth. If I get my hands on you, really honestly get my hands on you, I don't know if I'll be able to stop. And that's been an excerpt of Rebecca Yaros's Fourth Wing, read by Erotic Grandpa. I have another excerpt that I'm going to do next week, unless we get a lot of complaints about that on the reviews. You can come back in now, Brandi.
That was long.
It was erotic.
I don't think so.
You should have listened to it purely to be like, maybe I should read this book.
I'm going to read the whatever Hannah Hathaway one first.
Okay.
The idea of you.
Well, maybe, just maybe, I'll buy that book too. And Erotic Grandpa will read an excerpt from that, which I think would be great.
Speaking of books, did you see that Dark Matter is finally coming out on Apple Plus?
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Thank God. And I
It has been so long.
Yeah. And did you ever read the Martian?
I don't think I ever read it. Love the movie.
The movie's great, right? With Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
That author wrote another book called, I think, Project Hail Mary. And I loved that book. I told the Wife Tears about it. It was years ago. I remember I read it during Paradise. I think it was 2 seasons ago. Anyways, they're making that new movie, and I'm very excited about that. And I think that Ryan Reynolds is playing.
Ooh.
Because Hollywood only hires like 4 people at this point.
I know.
Oh, I had a question for you.
Okay.
I saw this on TikTok and I thought it was so interesting. So this is about the difference between charm and charisma. And I had never thought of it that way. And I wanted to know, after you hear this, what you think you are and what you think I am.
You've got charm or charisma. It's one or the other. So charm is, I come to you. Obama is very, very charming. Charisma is you come to me. Trump is very charismatic. Whatever side of the political line, is very charismatic. Jennifer Aniston is incredibly charming. Angelina Jolie is incredibly charismatic. You both get to have sex with Brad Pitt. Don't worry about a thing, ladies. You're one or the other, but knowing what you are on stage is very valuable, I think. Charm isn't people like you. It's they think you would like them. I have virtually no charm. I've got a lot of charisma. But knowing what you are is really, really interesting.
What do you think you got?
What do you got?
I think I got both.
You're so close. You're neither.
I'd never heard of it put that way, but I think it's pretty interesting.
So wait, what? So he said charm is when they come to you.
Charm is you come to them. It's the ability that everyone likes you. Charisma is that they come to you. That people are just drawn to you.
Oh,
you're charismatic.
Okay.
What do you think I am?
I think charismatic.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You don't?
So I sent this to Sarah, and I was like, because I think they're both good qualities, and I said, what do you think I am, and what do you think you are? And she goes, you first. I think this is a trap. And I said, I think I'm charming, and I think you are charismatic. And she was like, that's exactly what I agree with.
I think you both are charismatic.
Really?
I
What do you
do.
think you are?
Charm.
I don't know, because you are such a on-stage personality now.
Yeah.
So, no, no, I do not think you're charming, I think that you're charismatic.
I don't think so.
You don't you don't try to get people to like you. I do.
No, people just do
That's
like me.
that's charisma. That's not charm.
I stand by what I said. I think charismatic people, I feel like if I walk into a room, people don't just come up to me. People aren't just drawn to me and come up to me and wanna
Mm,
start talking to me. But when I do start talking to people, I win everybody over.
yeah. I
I'm just like the everybody gets
yeah.
along with me. You know what I mean? But it's like that to me, like charm to me is almost like a little bit a little bit manipulative
Mm,
in a way. Like when you can charm people, to me that can be very like I'm a bitch sometimes, but people that don't know me very well would
yeah.
not think that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's what do
That's
you
kind of what I think. Charismatic to me is like Miley's so
that's what
charismatic,
kinda
right?
where I was going. It's like, what do you think your sister is?
Oh, definitely
And
charismatic.
I wonder though,
Definitely.
do you think she was always like that? Or do you think because you become
Yes.
such a level of no?
Nope. She came out of the
Yeah,
womb
she was
that
just like,
way.
I don't give a fuck. If you like me, don't. I don't give a shit. I'm just me.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Fascinating.
I saw this other thing, and I don't even know if it's satire or not, but it's amazing. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Okay.
So this is about a girl who wants everyone to go to the bathroom outdoors. Um, and
Oh my
she
god. Wait, you've played this
no,
before, I thought.
no, I haven't.
Oh,
Um, all right. So she
something
says, I
similar.
require all my guests to use the bathroom outside.
Side. Hi, my name is Ivy Bloom, and this is
Of
my
course, your name is
outdoor
Ivy
potty
Bloom.
area. I used to let my friends use the bathroom in my house, but I've since learned how
What?
unsanitary that is. Before entering the potty area, I require guests to put on these foot covers, and first
Got
timers are
rules.
required to read the rules. The most important rule is to dig at least 6 inches from an existing stick, because that's where another guest has dug a hole. It's pretty simple. You just dig a hole, do what you have to do, and put your toilet paper on top. I provide seeds that must be placed inside to keep my garden growing, and once that's placed inside, you cover it up with the dirt you dug up, and then place some leaves.
What's the point of the toilet paper?
Have to do is mark the spot with one of these sticks. I do live in Arizona and it gets really hot, so I provide a bucket with refreshments and snacks
What?
that visitors can snack on while using the bathroom.
There's
And
yogurt
yes,
in there.
there is a
So
privacy curtain.
confused.
Once that's done, they can take the covers off their feet and wash them in this bucket. Then they have to place them in this jar so that the next guest can use them. Once my guest is done
That's not
using the
sanitary.
bathroom, I require them to sign this journal. And I do
What
respectfully
the?
ask for tips because maintaining this area can get a little expensive.
This is definitely not
I
real.
think it might be though.
No, she does not leave yogurt in a box
And
outside
also in
for people
Arizona,
to
like that's
eat.
definitely gonna go bad really quickly.
She's definitely not
Requiring
doing that.
tips to go
That
take a
was the
shit and
giveaway.
dig a cat hole in your backyard.
Also, why would you put toilet paper in the
Is it
ground?
biodegradable? Okay, if you take
Is
a
it?
shit outside, are you not using toilet paper?
No, you are, but you put it in a plastic baggie when you're hiking and camping, and then you
No,
toss it.
that's biodegradable.
Yeah.
It
No, I
is.
don't think. Some wipes say they
I'm not
are,
saying
but I don't
wipes. That
know.
was toilet paper.
No, I know. Some wipes though, like good wipes,
Yeah,
those
so
are
they say.
biodegradable.
But yeah,
So
I
they
don't
say,
believe it. I'm
yeah.
not buying it either. Anyways,
Not sure.
I want to go shit in that girl's bathroom so bad.
Why? I do not. I can't even pee outside. I get
No.
anxiety
I want
about
to
it.
shit in her actual bathroom.
Oh,
And I
in
want
her
to be like,
actual
hey,
bathroom.
motherfucker, I shit in your bathroom. Oh, but honestly,
What the fuck is happening here?
We haven't used that in a hot minute.
Oh man, that's so funny though. It
It was
was.
time.
I've got more, but I'll save it. I have a bunch of music.
Okay. Oh, good.
You want to hear some tunage?
Love to.
Have you heard of the Red Clay Strays?
No, I have
They're
not.
awesome. It's got a kind of it's an old school vibe, almost like Pokey LaForge, but then also like kind of in the vein of like Elvis, but I feel like a little more country. This is
Okay.
a song called Wonder Why, which is like their kind of like their popular one. Wondering Why, excuse me. The Red Clay Strays has a song called Wondering Why off a record called Moment of Truth. What'd you think?
Hell yeah.
I thought you would. I gotta
Yeah.
say, I do think that I don't know what you want to call it, like outlaw country or whatever. Americana is like in the best place it's ever
Mhm.
been right now. Like there's so much good stuff.
Yeah,
Remember Matt Kearney? Dude,
of course.
he got a new song out called Drowning in Nostalgia that I was like,
Oh,
Matt? I used to know him back in Nashville. I don't even know if he lives there anymore. But
yeah.
this is he does? I don't know if he
I
does.
don't know.
Anyways, here's Drowning in Nostalgia. That's Matt Kearney, Drowning in Nostalgia. He just put that out. I think I follow him on
Okay.
TikTok, and he put out a song because that's how like everyone is now releasing music to people.
I know.
And I really like that one. I think I played Brain Story last week. This is a guy that has been absolutely destroying on TikTok that I do like a lot. It's a very interesting sound. Um, I think he goes by MK Um,
Mm.
or how do yeah. Anyways, this is Are You Looking Up? I'm interested to see what you think about this. I don't know. It's something about it. I really like it. MKG, Are You Looking Up? Thoughts? Yeah?
It's fine.
Oh man.
It's not my
It's
favorite.
got like this kind of like, I don't know, early 90s vibe to it. Good guitar playing. Okay.
That's
All right.
fine.
Well, I think it's great. So yeah, I
It's
think it's great.
fine.
I think I have one more, unless you got anything.
Okay.
All right.
No, go
You want
for
to
it.
go out on it? This is
Sure.
Stephen Wilson Jr. This is a song called Kid. What you got coming up?
Thursday, I'll be in Calgary, Alberta. Eh?
How about that?
Canada, oh Canada. I don't know if
That's
that's
their
a song
national
or
anthem.
not, but oh great, cute. I'm playing at a spot called Cowboys
Mm.
Dance Hall. Sounds like a great
Yeah.
time if you ask me. So I'll be playing my country EDM set
Nice.
in Calgary on Thursday night. Um and then LA for
All
like a
right.
day. And then Vegas Sunday for a little pool party action at you know it, Encore Beach Club. That's a day show, that'll be fun. My mom might come
Have
because it's
fun.
Mother's Day, and so I was trying to talk her into that, and then I'm going, like, back to LA for my mom's birthday, and then ACM Awards in Dallas, and then Hangout Festival, and then EDC
Wow.
in Vegas. I got a little
You got a lot
nice
of
little
stuff
run
coming
ahead
up.
of me.
I'm going out to Pinehurst, #2 in North Carolina, to help promote the U.S. Open that's coming there in June.
And
I
you're just a
know it's
big
become
golf
like too
guy.
much of like my identity, and I don't love that. And
It
then
really
my 40th
is.
birthday is coming up, so that sucks.
Holy
Fucking nut sacks.
shit. That is
I know.
fucking crazy. What are you gonna do?
Nothing right now. Nothing like on my actual birthday. Yeah, I'm going to Bandon
Nothing?
Dunes with my brother Brett and Dean, so that'd be fun. Um,
Okay, I'll be in Dallas, unfortunately. Not that you wanna hang out with me
I
on your
do, of
birthday.
course, I do.
But, when I'm in town for my mom's birthday, hers is 3
Yeah.
days before yours, we could do a little, like, joint
Oh, I
celebration,
got it,
get it?
got it, got it. Well, she wants to come to the club. Why don't we go over there and I'll take her to lunch? Yeah,
Oh, that would
that
be
work?
nice, that'd be great. Yeah,
Then I'm moving to New York
cute.
for a while. That's happening. Yeah.
Damn,
All right. Wife tears. We
okay.
love you. See ya.
On that note, come party in Vegas this
Yeah.
weekend!
6'5". Trust fund.
Looking for a man in finance, 6'5", blue eyes, trust fund.
This podcast has been brought to you by Podcast Nation.